why is Caitlin Clark the face of the WNBA if she's not winning championships?
Very simply, from a marketing standpoint, the WNBA said, okay, this girl has garnished all of this attention because she's a hell of a player. Let's not trip at all. Caitlin Clark is a baller, 100%. So whatever the reason is that people got behind her, and they got behind her, it made sense for the WNBA to get behind her and push her because now it's brought more viewership, more revenue into the sport. Is it deserved? I can't say no because the girl is a baller. She just got hurt. But the girl can really play. Is she the face of the league? No. Aja Wilson is the face of the league, and she just proved it again by winning another championship.
Podcast Twins. What's up, Vince?
Yeah, we are back in the Twin Cave.
It's
just us, baby, and I love it sometimes when it's just us.
I love it here in the Twin Cave.
Indeed, man. It's a beautiful thing. Shows all the success, the things you could get in the success. Just like people are playing for championships right now, right?
Well, listen, I know we're going to talk sports today, speaking of championships.
But
before we do that, I got two things. One, I got to ask you, and two, I don't want to toy with your emotions, but I got you a little retirement present from, your fake retirement that you're still working. I still got you a present anyway because you're my twin brother.
Okay.
And I love you. So before I give you your present, why on your Facebook page does it have parentheses and the nickname Taco next to your name, Vince Bell?
That's easy. When I was in Little League, so when I was maybe 7 or 8 years old in the south side of Chicago, we had 3 kids on that team that had curly hair. Okay? Because Chicago, y'all know the south side, extremely heavy African-American over there. So when you had anybody that looked different, we had a bunch of Mexicans up there. So in there. So again, we had 3 kids with the curly hair, and on the cartoon Speedy Gonzalez, he had his 3 cousins, Taco, Paco, and Loco. Mm-hmm. So I just happened to be the Taco portion. So he was Taco, the other guy was Paco, the other guy was Loco, and that was it.
So the name's been around for
since
a
I was
long, long time.
7 years old, maybe, at the most. But yeah, so you'll hear people yell in the airport, Taco! And I know that they're from Chicago, or they know me from Jackson State University as well, too, because
that name stayed with you.
It went all the way to college with me. Not so much when I got to Florida, only a few people from Chicago. So if I hear it down here, I know that they've been knowing me a long time.
You know that it's one of those 3 people.
But in Chicago, Vince pretty much don't exist. When I go up there for the reunions and I do all my stuff for my high school, it's Taco. I don't care if they knew me or they just got to know me. Yeah, I haven't had my given name in a long time.
Well, then, now that you answered my question, happy retirement. Ooh. I got you the good stuff. I went tequila because we know we like our tequila. And Vince got himself a retirement from the fire department gift. So I got you, baby.
My twin.
My man.
Man, that is a wonderful thing. We will.
And it came in a cool looking box, so I couldn't say no to that.
We will have to sample this together.
We will have to sample it together.
Yes.
Not today's podcast. I don't think we need.
Not today. We'll save that one because we know we got a hot one coming up later.
So since sports is very topical and right now, I'm in the best position ever as a college football fan.
Yes, you are.
Because
how about that?
I grew up a Hurricanes fan.
Okay, because it's all about the
My parents went there. They met there. I exist because they met at that school.
Right.
And then I went to Indiana University for my undergrad, and we haven't ever had a football team. Ever. We had Antoine Randall playing quarterback when I was there.
Yes.
And we gave up 60-something points a game, so our 52 that we scored every game was not enough to win ever.
Unbelievable.
So we had great offense and no defense.
Yeah.
And now we actually have the number 3 team in the country. We beat Oregon in Oregon. We pasted Illinois.
Yeah.
Iowa was a tough game, but we won that one. Ohio State's sitting at number 1, and the book on them is they haven't played anybody. the Canes are at number 2 and IU's at number 3. So I have never been happier being a college football fan than right now.
I hope you took a snapshot of that, man, because that's something you've never seen before.
No.
And who knows if you'll ever see that again. I tell you what, Indiana is playing lights out football. And growing up in Chicago, man, I didn't even know Indiana had a football team. The Indiana football team to us was Notre Dame.
I didn't know Indiana had a football team until I went to school there.
There you go. We had no idea. So, I mean, it was non-existent, even though Antoine Randall is a outstanding, amazing. He was a great quarterback there as well.
And then he played wide receiver.
Played wide
for
receiver in
Pittsburgh.
the NFL, who also, and I think he has.
And he got a Super Bowl.
But he also has the most passing touchdowns for
a receiver
for
and
a
non-quarterback. Yeah.
So, but no, he was a great guy, man. But this is unbelievable right now, and I'm with you with the Ohio State thing. I don't think that they've really front-loaded their their schedule.
I'll get you a Hoosier shirt. You can jump on the bandwagon.
Hey, listen, but that works for me because that's the birthplace of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
Even better.
So I can wear some IU stuff. It all works for me.
We'll get you some candy cane pants.
Hey, man, listen, it's all going to look good on me. You know, whatever I put on. You know,
it's not like you're not afraid to wear loud clothes.
That's what I do.
Especially at a golf course.
That's what I do. As a matter of fact, I don't want to get lost.
Well, Johnny Sachs's pants kind of look like they could be IU pants.
He's also a good Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated
better.
brother right
Even
there.
better.
So, you know, it brings a certain je ne sais quoi, where you can wear certain cool things and jump off the page.
Vince just broke French out for
I
you
did.
guys.
But
right.
that's all the French I got, and I live with women who speak French, but that's a whole nother ball game.
So,
but this college football season has been incredible because even coming up here Friday night, the U is back in action.
not for Kirsten, it hasn't. He's crying over there.
We haven't spoke about the toothless Gators.
Well, we won't talk about his Giants either.
Oh,
then,
God,
right?
but
We won't talk about
listen.
his Giants either. Sorry, Kirf.
The biggest thing that we worry about from this point as Miami fans is the letdown. Because now you've taken off, you beat the big teams, you've exhaled, you've won Florida. Because, you know, it's nothing like winning Florida. When you beat all the teams in Florida, and that's 2 years in a row we won Florida.
The U's defense is pretty nasty.
The
man.
U's defense is nasty.
Pretty
The running
nasty.
game is incredible. I'm
You're
still
not sold on the
sold
passing game.
on Beck.
Oh, on Beck. Okay.
I'm not sold on Beck. I want to see him take over a game. You know, like elite quarterbacks do.
Interesting.
That's what I'd like to see him do. I'd like to see him say, "Look, I got this, coach. Stand aside. Let me go out here and win this game." That would be, to me, I think if he had that kind of killer instinct where he could do that, man, these games that were close would not have been close. I think that he's, and again, he's always been an adequate quarterback. Even at Georgia, he was adequate. For me, when they made all of this hoopla about him, I wasn't oversold on him. Very serviceable quarterback, in my opinion. He's what Trent Dilfer was to the Baltimore Ravens. Was it Baltimore that he won the Super Bowl with? Whoever. But that's who he reminds me of. He hands the ball off well. He throws the safe passes well. He'll chuck it deep.
You don't think he's winning games?
He's not winning games, but
All
he's
right.
not losing games. I think they would be completely dominant with a little bit better QB than with that defense and the way we control the ball. To me, that would be unstoppable. I definitely expect them to be in the national championship game, but again, the fear is the letdown as the schedule begins to soften.
Well, I'm rooting for Miami and Indiana to both be undefeated, and they would play each other in the first round if the season ended right now.
Two dynamic coaches, because I love the coach for Indiana. That guy's crazy.
He's crazy.
I love him. He's like,
crazy.
Look, man, look, we basically didn't even have a program before I got here in the history of the school. You went there, you didn't even know they had a damn team till you got there. And so now for them to be the number 3 team in the nation right now, yeah, I'm with this guy, man. He should be talking all kind of crazy.
That, and we got to be good at football because we sure as hell haven't been good at basketball in like 15 or 20 years.
Yeah.
Right? We were a basketball school.
Basketball
Hoosiers is a movie about college basketball.
Yeah.
That's named after the freaking team.
Yeah.
Like,
it would be good to see it. Little nerve-wrack.
We need a coach that's equally as dynamic on the basketball side.
Man, well, you couldn't do that, man. Bobby Knight locked that down, man. After that, there's not been a crazier coach, in my opinion, in the history of sports. I loved him, though.
He was great as a broadcaster. That guy saw everything. And he got fired 3 days before I started school, so I didn't get to see him coach.
So was that the chair toss, or was that the
choking thing?
The choking thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was a lot of, let's say, other believable stories other than the actual official story that we got. Just like that's a theme for life, I guess.
Right.
And then you find out that like it was the dean's son that was involved in that incident, and then he decided he was going to go be president of the NCAA afterwards. So you wonder how much politics was involved. And
it's all politics.
It's another bunch of
Bobby
crap.
has the famous statement that he said to me. And, I'm hard to shock. I'm a shocker, so it's hard to shock me.
He has some good quotes.
When they got blown out, and they asked him, they were talking to him about the blowout and how calm he seemed to be, and he looked at the guy and he paused for a second and he said, "When rape is inevitable, you might as well enjoy it." I went. Blew me away. I was like, Bobby,
I don't think he could get away with that.
Oh my God.
That was probably in 1989 or something, right?
Yeah, it was in the
early
90s, late
90s.
80s. I fell out of my chair rolling when I heard that statement. I said, wow. But
how about when he said that I want them to bury me upside down so my critics can kiss my ass. That was a pretty good one. Too.
I mean, he was a card. And one of the last incidents he got in trouble with, he was walking across campus, and some 18-year-old girl yelled out, "Hey, Bobby, da 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 da," and he was like, "Hey, no, I'm either Mr. Knight or Coach Knight,
Coach Knight, yeah.
Da 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 da," and basically, a 60-something-year-old man telling an 18-year-old, "Show me some respect." That blew up. He wound up in trouble over that, and I was like, wow. But that was a turning point of where we are now. That kid probably was one of the first kids to receive a participation trophy just for signing up to play a sport. And now they're adults because, that's what it is.
Have fun under the bus, helicopter parents.
Yeah.
See you later.
Come on, man. Raise up. Tighten your kid up. But yeah, that was incredible that they got him in trouble for voice checking a girl who was treating him like he was
some friend of hers.
Yeah, on campus, and but that was incredible. But hey, look, the days of a Bobby Knight, I don't think we'll see him again.
The best thing I ever saw from Bobby Knight was when he was talking about Jordan playing in the Olympics. Have you ever seen this clip? He was talking about Michael Jordan, and he prefaces it by like, Jordan's the best player I've ever seen in any sport I've ever watched.
Okay.
And he says he's basically like, I'm gonna go. We're up by 40 points at halftime or some ridiculous. It was Dream Team 1. They were blowing out everybody, and he said that Curfton's smiling. He might have heard this before, but he said that Jordan basically he's gonna go into the locker room and he's gonna get on Jordan.
Oh, yeah, I heard
right,
this
so he's going to go in there, I'm going to get on Jordan.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, Jordan's got 20-something points and 8 rebounds and 9 assists. He's almost got a triple-double.
Right.
And I go in there and I'm like, Jordan, everybody's setting screens but you. Why can't you just set one pick? And Jordan says back to him something along the lines of, you said I was the fastest player you've ever seen. I'm just setting him so fast you didn't even see him, coach.
Yeah.
And he's like, what do I even say to the guy? But that was he was going to go check Jordan, and everybody else was going to listen to him.
Top down.
So probably the easiest coaching job he ever had,
yeah,
right? Like a bunch of guys that just wanted to win to bring USA basketball back.
Daly, Chuck Daly was, oh man, dude, the Dream Team 1 is amazing. Listen, but that is, college sports have, Ooh,
But that clip of Knight talking about Jordan is my
it was
favorite.
amazing.
That's so good.
But I mean, I'm so glad that back then they didn't have the portals and all this other stuff where you actually had to earn your way into a starting spot or go and sit out before you transferred. And I'm still on the fence about.
Well, he
how
also
to
doesn't
make that
like.
work.
You also don't like that you didn't get paid.
Well,
You
yeah,
didn't
that's
get
what I said.
You didn't get no NIL money.
I said that's why I said I'm on the fence because there has to be a happy medium.
Yeah, you were born 30 years too early. No big deal.
That's a whole different ball game at this point. But man, but look at what it produced. It made you hungry, and that's something that Jordan still talks about today. Is what this portal is doing is not making you hungry because you're going to go somewhere where you're guaranteed to start. The coach literally has to start you. He promised you. This is what. Otherwise, I'm not coming here, or I'm leaving next year because I'm not starting.
That's the same argument you make in the pros when somebody gets a big contract and then the next year they underperform or they come back to training camp and they're fat, right? I mean, we've seen it. I mean, especially in Miami, we've seen it a million times where someone will get a big contract in football specifically, and then they stink the next year.
Well, yeah, big contracts do have a tendency to make you, as they call, lazy. But
right. Lazy's a good word.
Lazy, but hey, listen, but at least at that point, well, it's the pros, man. The pros is a different animal, But I was watching a thing yesterday on my phone here, and it was talking about the one reason that you cannot put LeBron in the conversation with the greats. And they were like, well,
one reason?
Well,
right.
This guy picked one reason.
I got like 15.
Well,
go on.
I got a couple, but mine is about whining. But
flopping. Vladdy Dotty.
The Vladdy, yeah, he did the Vladdy on. He perfected it.
It's now called LaFlop.
LaFlop, LaVlad. But either way, this guy said, because he went back and they showed the clips of how Bird said, Magic would never ask me to play with him so we could dominate. I would never ask him or Michael. And they was like, and that, what did they call his
the super teams?
Go on another team for GOAT. Those are the real GOATs. He's the GOAT on another team.
That sounds about right.
But I mean, that's incredible. But he changed the entire dynamic of the way we look at
now
superstars
the NBA
in
sucks.
Basketball. When he decided.
That's right. I said the NBA sucks, Kirsten.
When he decided. How about did you see his latest announcement?
Who?
LeBron.
Is he still playing basketball?
Yeah, he's still playing.
Why?
But he told
because Nike gave him all the money.
He teased it and he said, "I have another announcement to make." They built it up.
Oh, they're gonna do some kind of 10-way trade and get like a bunch of all-stars on his team now.
He came there and sat down one-on-one just like he did when he made the announcement that he was bringing his talents to South Beach. And they say, LeBron, what's the big thing you're doing? And turns out it was a Hennessy commercial. He did all this build-up and like, I'm giving up.
That's great.
I'm like, to Hennessy though, bro?
That's good. He sold out. Big surprise.
Hennessy?
He's the biggest sellout on the planet.
Hennessy, dog? Come on, man. But either way, it was good. It was a big build-up. They brought all this attention, I guess, to get ready for the season, which is it officially started yet, or is it still preseason? Still preseason. So, but this is my favorite time of the year. You got NBA preseason. You got hockey just started back, and I'm a new hockey
Panthers
fan.
are winning already,
Panthers are already winning. You got
without
baseball,
Barkov.
without 2 or 3 players.
And Kachuk too. Yeah.
So you got baseball playoffs going on right now. The WNBA just wrapped up, and that was a good series, by the way. So this is like
so did
everything is
Caitlin Clark can win a championship?
Who?
Caitlin Clark?
No,
Isn't that her name?
Aja Wilson won another championship and won another MVP. The best player in the game. Aja Wilson is absolutely tremendous.
Why is Caitlin Clark the face of the WNBA if she's not winning championships?
Very simply, we will go with this. We'll go with the PC answer here.
No, don't do the PC answer. Give the real answer.
But here's the real answer.
PC? When have you ever been PC?
Yeah, well.
What are you drunk? Did you drink the whole bottle already?
Publicly criticized. That's me.
Shit.
But no, it's very simple. And from a marketing standpoint, the WNBA said, okay, this girl has garnished all of this attention because she's a hell of a player. Let's not trip at all. Caitlin Clark is a baller, 100%. So whatever the reason is that people got behind her, and they got behind her, it made sense for the WNBA to get behind her and push her because now it's brought more viewership, more revenue into the sport. Is it deserved? I can't say no because the girl is a baller. She just got hurt. But the girl can really play. Is she the face of the league? No. Aja Wilson is the face of the league, and she just proved it again by winning another championship and another MVP.
But I got to push back because I don't understand. So I've never heard of Angel Wilson.
Aja.
I'm sorry, excuse me. I've never heard of Aja Wilson. Mm-hmm. Of course, I've seen a million clips of, Caitlin Clark bombing threes. So it's just marketing, basically.
Yeah.
So, why wouldn't they be marketing Aja?
Because
in addition to look, you had Mary Bird, you had Bird, Magic, and Jordan at the same time.
Yeah.
Showtime with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Bird was, getting in fights and playing with his big three, and McHale and Parrish. They were not just they did put all the money into Jordan, absolutely, but they still had his rivals. I presume Aja and Caitlin would be rivals.
Yeah, they're on opposite teams. You're on opposite teams, you're rivals.
So there you go.
But yeah, listen, like he just said, it's the Larry Bird effect. You had the great white hope that came through there and just dominated. This is a game that's been historically dominated by the African American athletes, by the fact that this girl came in and did the Larry Bird effect and came in and just basically destroyed college. She annihilated the college game and then came into the league and actually held her own. Absolutely. She came into this league. She struggled at the beginning like any rookie would, but the more she caught her stride, the better she became. Now, again, you had others that was like, well, why are we not pushing Angel Reese and all this other stuff? Because she was on par with her at the collegiate level as far as team victories and all that other kind of stuff. One-on-one, they're completely different players. Angel plays like a big person position. I don't want to call it the big man position. Big person position where Caitlin is a guard. She runs the show. Completely two different players. One is completely dominant on the defensive side of the ball, serviceable on the offensive side. Caitlin is dominating on the offensive side and serviceable on the defensive side. So again, I didn't think it was fair to either one of them to be compared to each other but they just happen to be the top two players in the collegiate ranks.
In pro sports, nobody gives a crap about defense anymore. It's all about offense,
right?
Points,
Offense pays the bills.
Fantasy stats, who covered the spread. It's not about any of that stuff
Offense
anymore.
pays the bills. Defense wins championships. So I get it. So, but that was to answer that question. Why is she being pushed up there? Because again, she came in the league that was again dominated by African American women, and became a bona fide star. To my opinion, she's a bona fide star. She's a player. This girl, I don't think there's anything she can't do. She got no fear. She crosses the half court line. She'll put it up right there on the spot. Girl has no fear. So I wouldn't, if I was her and they said, well, you're the female Larry Bird, man, that's a compliment. It's not because you're just white. It's because you came in different and dominated. And that's what Larry did. That's what she's doing. I love to see that the WNBA is trying to do whatever they need to do, though, to bring in more viewership.
I think she should take trash talking lessons from Larry Bird then, because that guy was magnificent. Even
he was.
All the guys he played with are like, that guy talked the best trash.
But you never heard it. It was them have to tell you about it. In today's world, they would try to get you to tell the media. Larry never did that to the media.
He didn't have to.
Larry waited till in between points and was like, yeah, I'm about to smoke your ass, and he would do something like that. He'd mumble it, which is even more devilish.
I'm going to step back and hit a three in your face.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is cross over and this one, go to the left. Man, it was incredible. The whole game. Well, he was left-handed, but
win a 3-point contest without taking off his warm-up jacket.
You're right. That's what I was going with.
He was so bored in the game.
Yeah.
He played the whole game
The man is incredible. I mean, again, he was the hick from French Lick, baby, you know, and he got it done. The man was absolutely incredible. At
Shooting
6'9".
baskets in his farm into the wicker, old school James Naismith crap.
It was incredible. So I think what he did to revolutionize the NBA in the 80s, I think she's going to do in the WNBA in today's game.
But are people going to WNBA games?
More and more.
Are they watching?
Viewership
are they watching
is up.
TV?
Viewership is definitely up, which is why the players are finally trying to ask for enough money to survive, because they're not really making any money. Now that the season is over, they're already gone overseas, so they can start making real money.
Well, I mean, that's the way every sports league started, right? I mean, when they had the plumbers playing basketball, they had side jobs in the off season. They didn't make livings.
Well, no, right.
They didn't make millions of dollars.
But it's tough when you're looking at your brother organization that's signing players for $30 and $40, $50 million a season. You know, you're like, I'm playing too. But again, they have to build their viewership. But I think that says more about us as a nation than them as players. You know, how sexist we are as players. Because I got some people that tell me, I just can't watch it. And I'm like, why? I said, just because they're not high flying and dunking, I said, it takes more skill to shoot a basketball than it does to dunk. That's just physical attributes. They can jump, they can fly. But for them to score 70, 80, 90 points in the WNBA game, that means their shooting is precise. So to me, I think that it's more, I don't want to say more skilled, but it is as skilled as watching the guys. Granted, it's a little slower because, again, men versus women. That's why we don't want the trans men running against the women in the track or swimming against them, right? So we don't want to see that. But it for them, man. Look, they dominate. That game is to me it's good basketball. I have watched more in the last 4 years than I did before. Now I will give you that because, but I remember when Lisa Leslie and all of those guys were in the league. Cheryl Swoops was my favorite player, even at the collegiate ranks. I watched this woman just dominate. So I watched players.
Well, here
but now I'm watching teams.
I'm gonna pull Curfton because he's like a big sports junkie and a group of friends with a bunch of other sports junkies, right? So self-proclaimed sports junkie, right? So are you watching the WNBA, and how much are you watching?
I watch games.
You've watched an entire WNBA game.
An entire game.
Have you gone to a game in person?
No.
Have you gone to a
No, I
game in
haven't.
person? Okay.
But we don't have them here.
So it's
anymore.
both of your guys' fault that they're not getting paid
Well,
more.
we don't have
we
a team here anymore. We don't have a team in Miami.
Excuses.
Nah,
You mean you're not going to Indiana to watch Caitlin Clark play?
No, probably not. But if I'm up there, I would. Like when I was in Chicago, it just the schedule didn't work because my niece works at the stadium and she was gonna hook us up, but and I would have loved to go and seen the team play. But again, like I said, I can tell you that prior to 4 or 5 years ago, I would watch players. If I knew that Swoops was playing on Sunday, man, I'm watching that Houston game because she was going to do something incredible. Lisa Leslie, she was in L.A. I enjoyed watching her. So I would be that person that would watch 4 or 5 games a year. Now I'm probably double digits, 15, 20, as far as complete games. It's on, boom.
All right.
And I've gotten to that point where because I had to get out of that prior sexist mentality as well, because I'm going to say that too, because I was looking, because it's not the WNBA. It's not the NBA, but I think now they might be tougher because they're not on the floor whining and crying. It sort of looks like male and female soccer. I can't stand to watch the guys because they're laying on the floor like they got sniped from the rafters.
Girls hitting each other.
These girls are smashing each other on the soccer field, and I love it. And they're not crying and complaining, waiting on the magic spray to come out there. They're not doing none of that. So in WNBA, I think they're tougher. I think they play the game hard. And as a person that loves to see skill, I think their skills are unbelievable. They're doing some crazy things, and now you're getting girls that's bigger, taller, faster, stronger. You got more girls that can dunk now than you've ever had. You know, not that they've done it in games as much, but they can. You know, so it's going to evolve as these athletes continue to train and get better. I just hope that we as a country get out of our own way and give this thing a legit shot. But I think the marketing that they're doing is probably the only thing they could do to do it, because they couldn't really push Angel Reese, because now they talking about she wants to be too Hollywood. Look, well, she would be the perfect person to push out there because she's a tall, beautiful girl. She goes to all of these events. She was at the boxing match in there right before the big fight going down. Hey, listen, this is what you want to start to do if you're trying to market someone to be out there. But they chose to go the Caitlin Clark route and make Angel Reese the enemy because she pointed at her ring finger.
So,
The only way I'm gonna start caring is if my daughter asks me to take her to a game.
so
I mean, I'm glad you care. That's cool, but I
got you.
don't care.
when Caitlyn got hurt, viewership went down.
Oh, of course. That's
Because
it.
the marketing. I mean,
The
look,
marketing.
when Jordan got hurt or Bird got hurt, people didn't watch those games as much either.
When Jordan retired for those 2 years, man, lowest viewership in NBA at that point in time. But the moment he came back wearing 45, phew, it was incredible. So listen, I get it, man. But again, I'm there. But it's like this. I got a guy that's like he can't watch women's golf. But I'm like, listen, brother. If you really want to learn how to swing a golf
They can
club,
play.
watch the girls play, watch the ladies play. They will actually show you how to hit a golf ball.
Coach Sean Kicker calls it swing poetry.
It is wonderful.
And he said, watch Nelly Korda. If you're going to watch
Absolutely.
anybody swing in golf, watch Nelly Korda.
But what does that really say about us as a country, as men? That men. What is it that is? We can't watch girl basketball. We can't watch girl golf.
Well, women's golf is not on TV, a fraction of what it is on men's golf.
Again,
So it's not necessarily us as a country. You got to put it on TV if you want us to watch it on TV.
It's there. It's there. It's on different channels, but you have to have the expanded cable to get some of those channels. But it's
That
there.
sounds like something for rich people. Expanded
No, you
cable.
gotta be. Listen.
People that watch a lot of TV probably.
There you go. Now that excludes Drew. We already know that. But yeah, it's there to watch. But when it is there, I can watch on a Thursday. It don't even have to be a Sunday matchup. I can watch it. They because again, their precision, the way they swing, man, I find it absolutely incredible. They are dominating and again, I'm like, wait a minute, slow that down. What does she do at the bottom? Man, listen, because she hitting the ball as far as me.
So Sean's reasoning, we talked about this on the On Par podcast a while ago. Sean's reasoning for the fact that people don't watch as much women's golf as men's golf is because he says that it's dominated by other countries and the U.S. girls don't win enough. That's why he said that a lot of people are not that interested in it. That was his answer. I asked him point blank.
Okay.
I said, Sean,
Okay.
I don't understand
It's a great
why
point,
women's
but-
golf, if it's such good golf, and it's good golf.
It is good golf.
Right, they can putt, they can chip, they can drive it, they can do everything the guys can do. Probably not as far,
Right.
on average, obviously,
Right.
but they can do the skill shots as good or better than a lot of the men on the PGA Tour. Right? That
Okay.
100 yards and in, 125 yards and in, they're hitting some dimes. But his reasoning was that, he was quite honest. He said the reason that I don't watch it a lot is because he wants to root for the American players. Because we're conditioned to root for the USA players. So, go ahead. You don't like this answer? Curfton said it's a good point, but you don't like it seems like.
It smells like bullshit to me. It smells like bullshit.
No, I mean that was his.
Look, I respect
maybe he
it.
was.
If
Maybe he
that's
was
his-
bullshitting.
If that's his answer, I'll take that as that. But look, good golf is good golf. Now again, so
I
is
agree.
that why people don't watch the NBA as much? Because now the Euro players have coming over here and they've made a drastic impact. I think we're up to almost 20% Euro players over here now.
I can only speak for myself in that. Is I don't care that they're European players. I don't watch the NBA because they don't have the same rules that they used to, and I think it's a sissy league.
And I get that, I think a lot of those rules changed because they came in.
Like you just said, the WNBA players are tougher than the NBA players. That means they screwed up the rules.
So, but I'm saying even with that, you still have, maybe not yourself, but you still have a ton of following of the NBA, and you're rooting for your city to win, or whoever your team is, even though they might have some European players that's coming over here. Now, I could take it on a whole different level. You mean to tell me you'd rather sit up there and watch another man swing a golf club than to sit there and watch some of these ladies swing a golf club? I'm just saying.
No, I'd like to watch.
Listen, I'm just saying. Even some of that is fundamentally wrong.
Well, the reason why I started watching women's golf.
Because even if you're just watching it from a guy perspective, some of these girls are beautiful.
They're beautiful, yes. So, but
go
ahead.
Jump in.
I'm not saying. I don't think the argument is that you're not watching. You're watching it because the women can play.
They can play.
We're talking about rooting.
Okay.
A team or rooting for a player.
Right.
There's a difference. I watch it because
they can play.
I love golf.
So the Shark was Australian, right? He was Australian, right? He was the USA loved him. Greg Norman loved Greg Norman. Got behind him, watch. Oh, the Shark has won that.
We love Rahm. We love Rory. A lot of people love Rory. Like, I get it.
Smells like bullshit to me. So I say that once again because I just think it's men that can't get out of their own way to actually watch the women that are dominating, doing their sport their way. That's what I believe the whole issue comes down to, is we just don't want to look up and say that they're great.
I think both points are probably right. I think there's.
I'm going to go with mine more.
I think there's merit to, some people probably don't watch women's golf because they want to root for the Americans. I'm not saying the majority. I'm not saying it's 50%. It might be.
But this ain't the Olympics. This ain't the Olympics. This is the Pro Tour.
I get it.
Again, at the Olympics, I get it. We are all rah, rah, rah. But even when we're rooting in the Olympics and the gymnastics teams, how many Asian girls are on the gymnastic team for the USA?
But so you don't think that a dominant female American golfer could bring more people to watch the game? Because you don't.
She would have to be absolutely dominant.
You need a Jack Nicklaus or a Tiger Woods or maybe Scheffler. You need somebody that would be a U.S. golfer, female golfer, that comes in and because people watch when someone's dominating, right? People watched golf when Tiger Woods was in his prime because they wanted to see Tiger kick the crap out of everybody by 10 strokes or whatever, 5 strokes, 10 strokes, 13 strokes, whatever it was.
Right.
He was blowing everybody out of the water to complete smithereens. Right, people that never watched golf and never played golf watched golf because Tiger Woods was dominating.
When the women's game was being dominated by Sorenstam, who was not an American, viewership was up because she was dominating the game.
Okay.
So again, that's why I'm saying,
all right, I get it.
We just want to see someone dominate. I don't necessarily say it has to be a good old U.S. of A. God damn it, we're going to... Come on, man.
And it worked in tennis, too.
It's going to work in every sport.
Federer was not from America, and he was kicking the crap out of everybody.
No, you can't even tell me... Agassi was probably the last American champion that you could kind of get behind, and he's been retired for 15, 20
Watching
years.
Agassi and Sampras back then was freaking ridiculous.
Look, we had some great players. Connors, I'm going all the way back to the McEnroes, all the way up through there, but it hasn't been that way in the last 20 years. It's been dominated by foreigners, the male and the female game. Outside of Serena Williams, and earlier her sister, outside of those two Americans, you could probably wait and hear 5 minutes and come up with an actual American who won on the tennis court. I'll wait. No, I won't, because we're going to keep going here. But my point is that I think
Maybe we should have broke the tequila out for this episode.
right. And again, I have a son. I have daughters. I train them all the same as far as athletically. My kids were super athletic. I have no issue dealing with that. As a matter of fact, I was just with the G-Pips, and I was telling all of their parents, hey, look, we're getting ready to start doing this because they're 4. The older 2 are 4. And I'm like, we're going to start looking for these things to do, because I believe there's nothing in the world better for a young girl than to be sports trained. Track, blah, 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 blah. You know, I think it helps every aspect of developing a girl to being strong-minded and strong-bodied. Then you know, to do this in their youth, to train them in their youth, teach them how to take care of themselves, teach them how to compete, teach them how to stand on their own 2 feet. And I think nothing does that better than sports. Nothing. So I'm all for that. So when they get to the point where they can go to high school, college, and professional ranks, damn it, I say give them that opportunity to go be successful. You know, give them that opportunity, and then support them. It's got to be more than just their family that go out there and support them. You know, if they're going out there trying to make a living at it. So, but hey, listen, they still in corporate America, we still got women making 20% less than men. So I think we have a male-female issue in this country. That's just me.
I haven't done enough research to be able to answer that question, so I'll just abstain. But I mean, who knows what percentage of the truth we're getting when they give us statistics on anything.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know that corporate America has that disparity after all this time of them fighting about it, but I wouldn't be surprised, because it's not like Congress or corporate America try to fix anything.
No. I mean, because it is what it is, and you know, well, just know that, well, I'm not going there.
No, go ahead. I mean, look, you got 30% of the truth at best, so I'm not judging you for making your statement based on partial truth. I don't know what the truth is.
Even the foundation of this country was not meant for anybody but one particular group of people, which was white men.
Okay.
That's it. So our attitude towards any and everything else is still slow to come around. We're in 2025, and we're still talking about this is the first woman to do this, or this is the first black person to do this. We're still having having racial and gender first in 2025 because of it started at you want to fix a problem, you go to the root, right? It started from way back here when they signed that little document. It is what it is. I mean, today we're still sitting here per that paper. If it wasn't an amendment, we'd still be 3/5 of a human being. So again, you bring all of that. See, again, but I'm talking how attitudes are built and passed down from generation to generation. It's definitely way better. Way better. I mean, when the women started to vote in 75, I was born when they got the full voting rights. I'm just saying, these are things that have happened, and the evolving has happened, but it's turning the Titanic. It's not whipping around the speedboat, baby. We're talking hundreds of years. So I think the attitude in sports is still suffering the same thing.
Everything you're talking about is the circus and bread. It's all pitting each other against each other so they can do whatever they want. I mean, how much is really true? Like in real life, in your everyday interactions, how much of that is really true now? Like, that's what I'm asking. I'm not saying you have to have an answer. I'm just asking the question.
I got you, and I hear you, but I would still say that, you know, as we had in one of our stage plays, one of our famous lines stated that gender roles exist, and I agree. Gender roles do exist when you have an agreement. When you have an agreement within the home. Gender roles do, if that's your agreement within the home. Because guess what? A lot of these homes now have reverse gender roles, because she's out there making long dollars and that guy's sitting at home damn near breastfeeding the kids. You know, but if that's what works for their individual household, that's what works. So roles are traditionally gender-based.
Right, so why do you have to pay attention to what everybody else does or what everybody else says? Just do what's right for you.
Well, again, but that's in the home. Now what we're talking about in the sports world, it becomes different, because they're just asking to have the same respect. Give us the opportunity to show you that we can play. But if you're not tuning into the games, tuning into the golf matches, the tennis matches, you know, you know, you don't get to see that. Maybe gymnastics get the viewership because of the little skimpy things that they wear.
Well, but why? I mean, why would you blame society when it's each individual's choice to not go to a game or go to a game or not watch a game or go to a game? Like,
because I think
the argument gets flimsy to me when you're losing money as an organization and you're asking to be paid more.
Okay.
No, that would never work in any small business,
Absolutely.
middle market business.
Absolutely.
And I get that you're saying there's a gender pay gap in corporate, and
right.
maybe that's true. But in sports, it's always based on merit, right? Like, they don't have a short white guy league for me, right? They don't have a 5'5" and under league for Drew. I can't play in the NBA. I'm 5'5", 145
I need a sponsor
pounds.
right now to give us a 5'5" white guy league right now. Whatever sport he wants to play. I think we need to have that called.
And would I be
called the Drew League?
Well, hold on. Would I be disqualified from that league because my ancestors are Sicilian?
No.
So we're part African.
Well, yeah.
So we automatically. Kirsten knows history.
I know that.
So, like, am I even in? I mean, am I even allowed in the white guy league, or am I too African to be in?
Now we talking about the one drop rule.
I'm just asking a question.
It's a whole different ball game.
I'm illustrating a point by asking that question.
I hear you, but it's fun. But you know, I get it. And you're right. Business wise, it doesn't make sense because it's not turning a profit.
Yeah.
But it would. I personally think that it would if given the proper. If you just took a kid to the game, let's say you took your daughter to the game and just didn't say a word. If she had an interest in basketball, I think she would enjoy watching those women do what they do out there on that court because it is absolutely dynamic. And if she didn't have to hear from older people saying, that's, you know, with the naysayers, just let her see what she sees, I think that most kids, men, boys and girls, would have a whole different respect for that game.
Okay.
And I think because, again, it's not like they're putting a subpar product on the court. It's just that we can't get the money to support them because I believe it's just because of the trainings that we've had as a nation of being a male-dominated society. And I just think that it spilled over into the female sporting world, and it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like we're making two very different
arguments,
we're on right? Like
different arguments.
We're making two very, like, we're not even really talking about the same thing.
Well, we're not, but we are because
you're coming at it from a societal point of view, and I'm coming at it from a dollars and cents.
Again, that's why I said business wise, but again, if you're going to, good businesses do fail. And so I agree with that. Now
they usually fail because they don't have enough money.
Good businesses fail because
they're undercapitalized.
They don't have the money. And if that's going to be the case, WNBA has been around for over 25 years. It's a failing business. If it wasn't subsidized by the NBA, they wouldn't be around.
No, that's not even arguable.
And
that's
again,
just
so
facts.
you go back to Reggie Miller's sister Cheryl. I mean, she didn't even have a chance. And this girl, she was probably the best female basketball player
ever
on the planet
at the time, yeah,
and didn't get an opportunity. So you know, I'm just saying it's shameful that we don't support these things financially when we did. And again, even when we had the Miami team, I wasn't into it at that point. I mean,
I mean, who's supposed to support it financially though? That's the other argument for the money side.
It's cheaper to go to a WNBA game than it is to go to an NBA game. I'll tell you that.
Of course it is. Yeah.
So hey man, I would go there just if I got a couple of young kids who they just want to go see something cool. I would take them there.
Look, it's cheaper to go to a college basketball game, and you could go to a women's.
Absolutely.
When I was at Indiana, we went to women's games. Yeah,
well,
I mean,
as the baseball team, we used to go as a team to most of the women's games at the collegiate level. What they called them girls then. At the girls game again. Well, it was the boys and the girls, and then you get to the league, you can men and women.
All right.
But we used to go to those games as a team. We used to go and watch it because it was dynamic. Watching them play, whether it was good or bad, it was just our sports team is going to support your sports team, and you know, so that was a good thing. I mean, but again,
no, I get it. The women's soccer team was good back then when I was in college too, and we went to those games. It was something to do, and it was entertaining, and they were good.
Yeah,
they were good.
And I still think they're tougher than these guys in the professional ranks right now. But Who the hell am I?
I mean, can't we just outlaw flopping? Like, shoot them in the foot. If they flop, just shoot them in the foot. They won't flop again.
Yeah, shoot them for real. Let's see.
A pellet rifle.
They
It doesn't.
act like they
you don't have
got
to kill.
shot.
You don't have to kill anybody. Just shoot them in
Act
the
like
foot.
they got shot from the rafters, but then they spray this spray, and they like, oh, da-da-da. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? That's almost as bad as waving at LeBron's face, and he just falls down and holds his eye like he got this cornea ripped out of his head. But either way, that's a whole different ball game. Look, with that kind of skill, dude, you don't need to whine. You dominated the game for 20 years, man. Just stop crying. Anyway.
All right, that's it.
That's it,
I'm
man.
done.
We wrapped up.
Go get the tequila ready.
Go put this
Go
on
get
some
the
ice.
tequila
And,
ready.
we gonna hey, make sure you guys subscribe to the show, man. We see sometimes we just got to get together and have some fun. Click the subscribe button. Share this with somebody else. And if you got a feeling about either one of those subjects, please drop it in the comments below. We'd love to argue about it off camera and then come back and argue about it on camera.
And from the Twin Cave at Winners Award Group, Podcast Twins, we're out.